The girls are on their way. 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 Thank you.
We're at the Lancaster, baby. Have a fabulous experience. Oh, I really have been wanting to do this.
What have you been wanting to do? Oh, yes. Are you allowed to do that?
That's Houston, right?
That's Houston. So, Sade, tell us what your hopes and dreams are for today.
I just want to be a bad bitch.
You, but better, as Dr. Cash says.
Correct. What are you looking forward to?
Ooh. Sculpting.
Not that voice. Chelsea, what were you just Googling?
Oh, what kind of filler should I get?
She put that in Google. As if
I have
Google
no
knew
idea
who
what
she
I
was.
want. I just want to look like an Instagram filter.
And off we go.
Yep.
Okay, we just pulled up.
Look at the sign.
I'm shook.
Gracias, un placer.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
The Black girls texting came down to Houston to see Dr. Cash. We're adamant about having a Black doctor. That was super important to us, just for someone who understood, like, for one, just like what we're looking for, our aesthetics, things like that. And so finding her was just a godsend.
Let's go, ladies.
Oh, stunning. Fabulous. I'm so excited.
Breast reduction.
Okay.
I love the safety.
Go ahead and take a seat.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead and take a seat. I'll be with you ladies shortly.
Thank you.
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
You are? Even though you tried it?
Yeah, I don't like needles.
It's okay, we'll hold your hand.
I know. I'm like, when I get my blood drawn, they're always like, are you serious? You have all these tattoos on your arm and you're scared of this little tiny thing? And I'm like, yes.
I'm really excited.
Me too.
Definitely, like you said, Black doctor.
Yes. Black lady doctor.
Yeah, it's
Howard.
really cool seeing her name like on everything.
Okay, ladies, we are ready for you. Come on.
Yay!
I'm excited for you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I feel
How
like
are you?
being a celebrity.
How are you? Nice to meet you, Camille Cash.
Nice to meet you. I'm Sade. Well, Oshirami Sade Prom. It's a long name. I will tell you, I've had filler before, and I got obsessed. My co-host and I got into like a YouTube hole of filler, but we could never really find it on Black women. Like, it was really hard. It was kind of rare. Like, you would see a couple things here and there, but like, so the faces I was looking at weren't things that like resonated with me. So we went and got filler, and I was like, I think I want this, I think I want that. And the woman was just like, sure, yeah, whatever. I think I know what I want, but you might be like, oh no, actually this isn't best. So that's why I was really excited to see you.
So you mentioned that you've had fillers before, and do you know what type of fillers and what part of your face did you have the fillers?
So my lips and I think I did Jupiter. Okay, so my profile, I really am not a huge fan of the, what is this called? The bridge. So I've seen online that you can put filler there, but I don't know like if that would work for my face per se. And then my lips, like my bottom lip's a little bit bigger than the top, and I love full lips. So I thought I wanted to add like something to the top to like, you know, people love that like Cupid's bow kind of lip.
You're 27, so you're young, your skin quality is good. We really start seeing volume loss at about age 30, so that's when we start seeing maybe some shadowing around the eyes.
I'm seeing that already, and I'm like, what is happening?
And maybe lines around the mouth. That's where patients tend to notice it first, but really the volume loss kind of starts even in the temples and then the mid-face and the cheeks. So patients may notice their parentheses or the nasolabial folds, but really it's the mid-face that's starting to kind of relax. And when we're young, we have fat pads around the eye, we have fat pads in the cheek, we have a fat pad along the jawline. And when we're younger, those fat pads are robust and fluffy, and they're kind of right next to each other. And as we age, those fat pads start to shrink and they start to separate. And then our skin starts to fall in between those fat pads. And that's where you start seeing some shadows or undulations in the skin. And that's where fillers can be really effective in helping to treat that. A lip augmentation is really easy. Patients, naturally, when you look at the aesthetics of a face, the upper lip is a little bit smaller than the lower lip. But sometimes if there's just too much imbalance, we want to, kind of catch that upper lip up to the lower lip, but still make it natural.
I don't want that you see someone and you're like, oh, she has filler.
Yes.
I don't want that look.
Something soft and natural. And there's a lot of great fillers that we can use to achieve that. Now the dorsum of the nose, or the bridge of the nose, so you have a little bit of a step off.
Yeah,
and
it goes like, whoop, whoop.
Mm-hmm.
This is from my mom.
Okay. So you've got a flat spot here.
Yeah.
Even if we can just add a little bit of volume to the dorsum above and below your hump to soften that transition a bit more.
Yeah, because straight on, I'm always like, no problem. But then here, I'm like, it's like a ski slope over here. Yeah. I like my face though.
That's well,
which is nice.
Awesome. Well, I love it. And then I would also do a little neurotoxin here, because smile, wrinkles. See, we want to relax those. Stop that. We want to relax that so you don't create this indentation or this line. We'll also keep your filler from moving around, keep it nice and stable. So
this is why I needed to come to you.
Yeah, so let's talk about your upper lip. So your lower lip is nice and full. Your upper lip is beautiful. It's just your natural aesthetic. So how do you like the shape of your upper lip?
I do. I don't even know if this is possible. And I feel like I'm gonna sound crazy, but I love that nice Cupid's bow where it has like a little
arch.
Yeah.
More defined Cupid's bow.
Yeah. Because I find that whenever I take pictures, I'm always like, and my mom is always like, what are you doing? Stop doing that. But I think I just naturally am like, I want to push this lip out and give it that little pucker.
So creating a little bit more of a defined Cupid's bow, maybe adding a little filtral column, which is the little skin ridges that run from the tip of the apex of the filtral column, or the Cupid's bow, up to the base of the nose. Just a little bit. Awesome. So we're going to do a little Botox in your glabella, maybe a little filler in the bridge of the nose, and then in the lip.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So tell me, what can I do for you? What are you interested in learning about?
Well, I'm obsessed with your slogan, because that's literally how I feel. Like, I don't think I have a problem area, but I just want to enhance in some ways. So I don't know, this might sound silly, but like when I wear my hair in a ponytail, I always feel like super like pretty. Or like when I put on like not a crazy IG filter, but like a soft Instagram filter, I always feel like pretty. So just like, I was curious.
Sure.
And my friends have tried it and they said they had a good experience. So I wanted to too.
All right.
Yeah.
So you've noticed you kind of want a little bit of smoothing of the face. Are there any particular areas that you kind of notice that are bothering you?
I think like my jawline a little bit, and then like my cheekbones a little bit, but I would love your opinion as well.
Gotcha.
I had no idea. I was just like, I want to look like me, but a little better.
Another 27-year-old, so you're young and good skin tone. It's not patients that have, once you start getting 40s and above, sometimes we get a little bit more relaxation of the skin. And so we're using the fillers to restore even more volume, a volume loss, and sometimes filling out the skin envelope. So when I have my 20-year-olds, then it's usually about creating contour and definitions and maybe hiding some shadows.
Yes.
And everything else. All right, so
I did have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
If you do like filler or Botox, is it like you have to keep doing it?
You don't have to. It's like if you color your hair, you don't have to keep coloring it. But if you want the effects and the results, then it is something that will eventually wear off, and then you have to, retreat if you want the same effects.
Okay, perfect.
So Botox or neurotoxins. Botox is everybody knows Botox, but there's 4 neurotoxins on the market in the US, actually, well, 3, they just pulled one. And they all help to relax facial animation muscles, so we can relax frown lines in the forehead or crow's feet around the eyes. And then the fillers are there to help create contour or decrease shadows or create volume.
Okay.
What do you see happens to your face?
Like when I do like my hair up.
You feel like it's accentuating your cheekbones?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Creating a little bit of volume there and some contour and definition. Okay. I definitely see you have a little bit, you're starting to have some shadowing around the eyes. Is that something that's new for you or something that you've always noticed?
Let me see. Oh yeah, it's new.
It's new.
Yeah.
So you're starting to see a little bit of a kind of a shadow in the eye and a little bit of a step off. And that kind of lends itself to creating a little cheek volume and a little definition. You know, you want to have a little bit more prominence along the cheek and then a little bit of softening to bring that volume back up to there. Okay. So that would be a good place to kind of start for you.
Okay.
Is to get a little cheekbone action and a little bit of softening around the lower eyelids.
Okay. Question for you. Because I did go to a med spa in New York once for like Botox consultation, and she said she didn't think I needed Botox. But then she started saying that my like chin needed something. So I'm not sure if that was just like one person's.
So chin, you know, you can use chin to create volume, a filler to create volume and projection. And what she may be talking about is you do have a little bit of pitting in the chin. So look in the mirror, and then when you start moving your chin around and you make those little indentations or dimples, then Botox can help smooth that area. So we could do a little Botox in the chin as well.
Okay.
The problem with the Botox is you won't see the results for about 7 to 14 days.
Okay.
But why not?
Why not?
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Excited.
Awesome.
Let me slide up here.
I know, sorry. You got to jump a little bit.
Yeah. First off, I heard you're a bison.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
I am too.
All right, awesome.
Yes.
HU.
HU, you know. So I am, you met with Sade at first. I'm her co-conspirator in YouTube filler holes.
Okay,
so I've
gotcha.
done a lot of research myself. I've had some filler before too, in my chin and in my lips. I felt like I needed some projection, and I still am kind of feeling that way.
Okay.
Also feeling like my jawline, I feel like one side of my jawline is more defined than the other. So I don't know if you might think the same. Also, like I didn't expect that I would like lip filler, but I got it because I always felt like I had a gummy smile.
Okay.
So I also had Botox, and I got lip filler thinking that would help, but then I found that I really liked
The
having
Botox.
like extra full lips actually.
Okay.
I always thought that my lips were like fabulous, but then I was like, oh, this is like extra fabulous. So I kind of am interested in just another little plump just for fun. Yeah, so I'm thinking about more chin filler, jaw, potentially lip, and just overall like kind of sculpting. Like I had been interested before in like buccal fat removal, but I know that there's also the possibility of doing like Botox in the masseter for a similar effect. I had all sorts of ideas about what I thought I should get. I know, because I'm like a psycho on YouTube and I just watch people get neurotoxins and filler all the time.
And I'll do a combination. So, you know, typically we see Botox being used in the upper third of the face. So for the 11s and the glabella when people frown, crow's feet when you smile, and then the forehead lines that go across your forehead when you raise your eyebrows. And those are areas that are pretty, you know, accommodating for Botox. If you relax those areas, you can still move your face pretty normally and pretty naturally. When we start injecting in the lower face, Botox can be very powerful, but it can also change a little bit about how you animate, how you smile, how you laugh, how you chew. And sometimes patients can find that to be a little bit disconcerting or off-putting, but a little bit in the upper lip can give you a nice relaxation of that gummy smile, so you have a little bit less show of the teeth, just because of the action of the Botox or the neurotoxin, and then volume can be added to the lip for lip filler. All right, so give me a big smile. Yeah, so you get a little gummy. And so the Botox definitely can help relax that, because your upper lip is actually fuller than your lower lip, which I'm sure when you smile, it maybe disappears a little bit more. So I would actually kind of balance you and put a little bit more in the lower lip to give you that kind of that normal projection of volume.
Okay.
And then in terms of your chin.
And I do feel like I want to like snatch this out.
So this is really effective. We have a couple different treatments for the neckline, and one of my favorites is Face Tight, which is radio frequency assisted liposuction. So it helps to dissolve the fat as well as tighten the skin and create more definition along your jawline. I think that can be very powerful, especially for you, in place of doing a lot of extra fillers to create that volume and projection in the chin. And I agree, some Botox in your masseters to help soften that. And yes, your right masseter is fuller.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you're saying that you would do the radio frequency?
Yes.
Okay. And how does that work?
So you come in, we give you a little happy relaxation medicine, a little Valium. Then I numb this whole area underneath the chin and the whole neck, lower face with what we call tumescent solution. So it's the same solution that we use for liposuction, even though we're not going to be doing a significant amount of liposuction. I would numb this whole area, chin, both cheeks. I pass a probe underneath the surface of the skin that dissolves the fat underneath and also heats the skin on top. So you get dissolving of the fat, retraction of the tissues underneath, and collagen remodeling at the surface. So you get more definition along your jawline, fat reduction, skin tightening, and more contour development. So that is unfortunately something that we can't do today. But I have some great physicians that I know in New York that trained me on how to do Face Tight. So I'll give you Dr. Chia's information. He's in Central Park.
Awesome.
Right near Bergsdorf's, because that's where I went shopping after I did the training. So unfortunately, we're not going to see your end results for about 14 days. Because it takes that long for Botox to kick in. And that will shrink that masseter a bit. The chin will be more projecting, and that lip will go upwards. All right.
Me thinking I knew what I wanted to get, but being able to just like have her look at me and tell me what she thought made sense for me and have this like personalized consultation was so awesome.
And I think initially I was worried that I'm always worried about like cat faces, like as it relates to work. But I think the like ethos of having it look like natural and subtle was something that I'm pleased with.
So when we got here, Dr. Cash just like welcomed us with open arms. For one, she's gorgeous. So when you look at her, you're like, I'm in good hands because she must know what she's doing. And she really was just like, what do you want? And I loved that part about it because I've gotten filler in the past. And I kind of just went in and she was like, oh yeah, okay, we'll just kind of like do this. And there wasn't like a really thorough consultation. And I love that she consulted with me, asked me like what I like. She had a mirror to my face, which I loved, and we both kind of went through my face together. And she shared that not only could I do some filler, but I could add a little Botox for like the furrowing of the brow, how that will help raise the nose, just like things that I never would have thought about. And just broke down like for my lips the desires that I want, like the detail and the way she can add the filler.
We're gonna start easy peasy with the Botox, okay? So all I'm gonna do is wipe off some of the topical. So I love the fact that you like your nose, your frontal profile. Because you got a very distinct nose. Is that a family nose?
This is, the top part is my mom's nose, the bottom part is my dad's nose.
How
and
funny.
I'm like, really?
I never knew.
This is what you guys gave me?
There you go, it's a
the half and
combination.
half.
All right, so do you wear your heavy sunglasses or glasses?
All the time.
So she has a little bit of, you want to come see? She has a little bit of pigmentation right at the bridge of the nose. So I always noticed, so that's not a bruise, we'll just watch it, okay? So I'm gonna lift up.
The girls know I never am not wearing my sunglasses.
You like big, heavy, fabulous Jackie O glasses?
Correct.
Of course.
I love the tapping. I can't even tell you. Like, it's marvelous.
All the products I'm going to use today are hyaluronic acid fillers. They're jelly-like substances, gel-like substances, based on molecules and substances that are naturally found in the body. They're all dissolvable. So if we get an area that you don't like it, we can dissolve it. All right, so I don't know if y'all can see the top.
Oh my gosh.
So this area here, this angle between your glabella and the bridge of your nose is much softer. And kind of this area looks a little bit more.
Well, from the looks of it and Glenn's reaction, I'll be back, Dr. Cash.
I'll let you hold it.
Come on, side profile.
There you go. Can you see? Not yet.
It's gonna be a
Oh
problem.
my God. She's already terrible.
Before I came, I had an idea of what I wanted. I'd done a little bit of research. I call it YouTube University. And I was really adamant about my nose, like wanting to like smooth the bridge and just make little tweaks. And it's always been like an insecurity of mine forever and ever and ever. I always joke with my friends that I want a nose job. But the more I learned about filler, I was like, okay, I can get the same effects without like going under, and then maybe down the line I may want to try it. But it's kind of like a nice try before you buy situation. And then I love my lips, but I want them to be a little more plump. I am the queen of the duck lip, like the pursing the lips in my pictures. So I wanted to add a little bit of volume to the top lip and just see what feedback Dr. Cash had for me, because obviously doctors know more than I do with my YouTube searches.
So frown, that was glabella, and then relax. So what the Botox is gonna do is we're gonna put a nice little dose right here in between this muscle called the procerus. This is a central strong muscle that pulls your brow or your eyebrows down. And that creates for you that line at the top of your nose. With the Botox, you'll smooth a little bit and you'll get a little elevation, which will also help that dorsum. Here's the moment of truth. And that's your shape of your lip. And we shouldn't just make a big tire, like a big loop.
Right.
Like that. All right, Chelsea's up next.
Really entertained me. I'm not gonna lie.
So I'm putting a little bit underneath your eye to take a little bit of that shadow out.
So we're so quiet for this one. We're not giving any commentary.
I know, it's freaking me out. What's the commentary?
It looks
Okay,
Your
thanks.
face looks like lifted.
Okay.
I always love let you look one side done and one side's not done.
Yes.
Oh, I love.
Yes.
You like it?
It's subtle.
Looks nice.
Yeah, I'm into it.
You can see the height of your cheekbone. This is your high point now.
Right, so it gives a little more contour.
And a little softening through your lower lid so you don't have that shadow quite so much, just a little bit. I don't like to over inject lower lids because they always look so done.
Right. You don't want it to look like it's
Like a
filled.
bulge.
Right. Yay, and it didn't hurt. I bet it can become like kind of addicting.
Yeah. Yes, it can. That's why you need somebody
Like a trusted doctor.
where you can say, I think that's enough.
Right. Had enough.
That's enough, Chelsea. It's like a friend tells you to stop drinking. That's enough.
I feel
so safe with you guys. So I ended up getting filler in the cheeks and a little bit under the eyes, and then Botox in the chin.
So you like Sade's lips, huh?
Okay.
You have a much more. Okay, I'm gonna pinch you a little bit. I'm just gonna tap you a little. Poke. Breathe. When you see it, it makes it worth it.
Ooh!
You really don't need a whole lot more.
I love it. Yes. So I feel like I kind of had that before, but it's just like a little more like pronounced.
Yeah. A little bit more definition.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you want some volume in the lips?
I know, when you got me in the forehead, that was fun. I was like, oh, that's different.
You're doing your little hymns.
And I was like, okay, I see why you started to do that. I think that you did.
I'm gonna give her a little extra lip pop.
I ended up getting chin filler and Botox in my chin, Botox in the masseter, and Botox in above my upper lip for my gummy smile, and lip filler. And I was a little nervous beforehand, just because, needles. But felt really comfortable, like almost immediately sitting in Dr. Cash's chair.
Thank you so much. Do you have like a saying? I feel like I want to be like, I got cashed.
Cash me out.
That's good.
Cash me outside looking good.
Oh, that's a little
Oh, there you go. Yes.
slogans. But no.
Yes. My you only better it's been neat because each of you has a very unique face. Really, I wanted just to do something that accentuated your natural beauty. And so that was cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love that.
It was fun.
Such a great experience.
Yes.
It really was.
All right, so tonight, ice, 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, as much as you can for the first 24, 48 hours. So I didn't do anything super crazy. Your lips will swell a little bit, not so much, really. And you may notice a little bit around the eyes, but I didn't do so much where you're just gonna be, I don't think you're gonna blow up like you did last time.
Yeah.
So head elevated for the first 2 nights, that just keeps any swelling to, diminished. Don't sleep on your face. Try to not sleep on a side. Arnica, which is the little homeopathic topical cream or ointment. Also tablets can help decrease the bruising and swelling. And then we usually tell folks to take like a half a Benadryl or Benadryl and an antihistamine of some sort at night for the next day or so. If you want to do a Zyrtec or Allegra or Claritin during the day, a little bit less drowsy, helps decrease some of the swelling. Just take it easy.
Amazing.
No exercising for 48 hours.
Okay.
Don't have to
I
worry
need
about
that.
that.
Yep.
Like, not in a rush
Yep.
for that.
And that's
Thank
it.
you so
You're
much.
welcome. So call me if you have I want to hear about it, so I have to, kind of, y'all are Instagramming and Twittering and all of that. TikToking.
Seriously, I'm gonna find a nice Houston boyfriend.
There you go.
I'll be
Come
back
down.
down.
Tell Kara to hook you up. Yes. Well, awesome. Well, y'all have a safe trip back to New York.
Thank you.
Awesome. Virtual hugs.
you.
All right. Well, and hopefully the Big Apple will be back to normal soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that'll be off the chain. Okay. All right, y'all. Have a great night. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I can't stop saying her name. I just want to say Dr. Cash, Dr. Cash.
I literally screamed when I saw my chin. I could have cried.
Yes, very dramatic.
No, it's
But it
this
looks
this
great.
area of my face that I'm
You always
so
pay attention to.
obsessed with. Like it's it's my area. So, and I had filler done there before that was just kind of not quite right. It was a little crooked, a little lumpy. I mean, I'm just so pleased. I'm so pleased. And I hadn't even known that you could put Botox there. So in addition to me having the filler there, I'm already seeing this projection and knowing that the Botox is going to get better over time. I'm like so excited. to see like how much better it's going to get, you know?
Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm excited. I'm gonna sleep in a chair tonight so I don't mess anything up.
Just like that.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm happy I tried it.
Yeah.
Again, I've had filler in my lips in the past, and I felt like she just kind of like dumped it in there, but I love that Dr. Cash really went through and she was like, okay, we're gonna create a shape. We don't just want you to have like a flat full lip. So during that process, the consultation, even like going through getting the filler, I'm really not a fan of needles, and obviously not a fan of pain. I don't think anyone is. And Anya was by my side, like kind of tapping me, and Dr. Cash talked me through everything. And literally, I feel like she's like Picasso, like, or like an artist going in and like she does a little bit and then she's like, oh, let's step back, let's look at it, and talking you through the whole process, which I loved. And now that I'm done, I'm a little numb, so if my lips are moving a little crazy, that's because they're newly plumped, but I feel good. Like, I don't think that I'm gonna have too much bruising or swelling or anything. We'll see tomorrow, and of course we're gonna take some BTS social for you guys to see the progress, but overall I feel really, really good. So I'm excited for you guys to see the end results.